Howdy folks, welcome back to the village on SnowRunner. First thing I'm going to do is disconnect the trailer so I don't have a problem with trying to turn around. And I'm going to run up to that yellow square on the ground and see and accept the job for little trees. The job is called Little Trees. I never knew that when I was playing the Russian version, but now I can see it's called Little Trees for some reason. Maybe because there's little trees across the path or whatever. And then I'm gonna go steal some fuel from the Don that is sitting in town. I'm trying to do this real slightly. There we go. I actually just moved the Don because it was kind of hidden between a couple buildings. So it's out in the open now. Some bad driver dropped a whole bunch of trees. Excuse me. For some reason, for like my entire life, if I try to read a book out loud to someone, like reading a story to my kid, I always yawn through the whole thing. If I just keep my mouth shut and read it to myself, I can sit and read for hours, never yawn. It keeps my mind engaged, but reading it to someone else, I always yawn. Let me take a drink. You read it. I'll leave it on the screen and you read it. So bring him some fuel barrels. Some barrels of fuel. I remember seeing a fuel barrel symbol somewhere. But that's about all I could tell you about it right now. Is I remember seeing some fuel barrels somewhere. But we accepted the task. Now we have other work to go do. I'm gonna pull a little more forward and then hook that trailer on a winch line and pull it to me. It's quicker than trying to back up to the dang thing in exactly the right spot. It doesn't always get close enough, but you can do the winch and reverse a little bit at the same time, and it has varying results. But now I can release the winch and hook up the trailer. And now move this with the mouse so I can get it right without spending 5 minutes going too far this way or too far that way. I want to get out there. In this episode, I want to get out to the garage, one way or the other. It looks like there's a road here. So is there a shallow place where you could maybe go from island to island or something? Oh, I see. There's the other end of the road. It just follows along the water's edge. There's still no way to cross the water, I don't think. But we'll keep an eye out that way as we move along. Could that be a spot where it looks awful deep? Look at the water hole outside the sawmill. How deep that is, despite that it's only 20 feet across. I thought I saw tracks right there by that big tree, but no. But I need to get that garage open. Do the job. Fix the bridge. You know, do the right job. That lets us fix the bridge or whatever. But I need that garage. Or try to go around through the woods. You can do that, or you used to be able to do that. See, this water here was, you know, only about the size of that island. Where that island is where the water was. Everywhere there's water was ground. The dude flip-flopped it when he made it for the American language, the U.S. language. When he put it to the U.S. language, he flip-flopped that. The land here was water, and all this water was land. So it was no big deal to just drive around it. Now it comes way down here. And I don't even know what's down here because he changed the map. So there is another bridge right here that I had fixed in the previous playthrough, the Russian playthrough. But we got to get going. Too much chatting, not enough doing. The truck with the brick that had the mishap on the end of the last video is still sitting exactly where it went down the edge. And you know, the thing that aggravates me most about that is that in actuality, I wanted to go across the bridge. I was working on getting to my destination the wrong way. I thought I needed to get down to this road here. When I looked at it this morning, or, well, it's not morning, it's 6:35 in the evening, and my stomach is growling. It's past dinner, but oh God, more damage to my engine. And there's nothing with repair points. Yeah, I really needed to hit the house. Recover. Recover to what? The garage isn't open. Why would recover even be in there? Maybe I should try recovering to the garage with one of these vehicles that no longer has any fuel. Oh, Con still has 11 left. But the engine's just about broken on this thing. I need it to carry one pallet of bricks down to that broken bridge and fix it. So now I need to turn around. Maybe there'll be a better place up ahead. That one brick there is still on the crane. So I'm just going to fire up the truck and put that unit of brick on this trailer. And then try to drive down and fix. There's the stuck truck that we gotta save, but that's way later in the game. Well, the first time through, I had to do certain jobs before other jobs were available. This time, this US version, once I completed that first job, it made all the jobs available. But there's still jobs we can't do despite that. Because we haven't opened up that part of the map yet. You need change truck to the Voron, which after all that crashing down the hill, the truck and the trailer are still on their wheels. I know I said I was going to fix this and then deal with the problem. Yeah, or I was going to deal with this problem before I started recording again. I decided not to. But I'm seeing that I can't even run the truck to move the brick without some fuel. So we'll try and take some from the yar, but not too much. That didn't give me anything. And now the yard is completely empty. How do you do a partial? I don't know. Worry about that later. Maybe I'll just run the shit down there on the vehicle that has the fuel. Of course, now it's not connected once I started the truck. This thing barely has enough fuel to do the job. But you know, I have a Tuz hooked up to a Scout fuel trailer. And there's a big trailer up there in the water. It's only got 53% of its fuel, but if I just left this shit here and went and got that bigger trailer and brought it back, I think that would be worth the time and effort. Are you telling me this crane's not long enough to put it on that trailer? Or strong enough to lift it at full extension? Have to bring it in to lift it. Now let's get it away from that little, well, in theory that would be a header board, but it's too weak to do anything. Now I'm going to go full extension and raise at the same time. And unhook it there. I'm not sure if I believe I can pack it. If I believe I can pack it, despite the fact that the thing has no fuel in it. Yep, good, cool, awesome, amazing. I'll get some fuel in both of these. It's just the engine worries me. If these were modded vehicles, they would have some repair points. Even if it was 40 or 60 or 120, they'd have something. Now, I think I'm gonna just disconnect this trailer, restore the crane, disconnect this trailer, and go get that fuel tank before I don't have any more fuel in this truck. It's... God, it's a long ways away. It's all the way up there by Stuck Truck. You know what would be quicker? To hop in the Tuz and bring the fuel to me. So I'm going to shut this off. I didn't realize there was such a bad fuel problem. I didn't remember, I guess. You know what? I wanted to... Remember I was wondering what happens if you hit recover? Oh, it only takes it to the start zone. Okay, never mind. Doesn't go to the garage. Tuz has half a tank. And then there's fuel in the trailer, of course. Not a lot. I think it's only 200 or 300 liters. But see how this winds out and goes across the bridge? There was no reason for me to try and go down that bank. I needed to go across the fucking bridge. But what I'll do now is go around like this and come up right there. It's to my left. No, it's not to my left. I saw the road over here, but the map made it look like I had to go the other way. I suppose it's just because you end up going that way after you make the big curve here. I still haven't figured out what these vehicles want for steering sensitivity. Because it seems like every one of them you jump into is different. Typically I have 4 or 5 good trucks set up the way that they work best. And I can jump from one to the other. and know that it's going to do what I want it to do. It's going to steer right. It's going to have enough power. It's going to go through the mud, so on and so forth. Now that hill would take me up on to the bridge. So maybe I should just do all this. Do all this junk off camera, you know, on my own until I get the garage open and I can get my own vehicles out here or something. I don't know. Refuel. Not from the Voron grad. See, only 411 liters left. The Yar is full. Voron is full. And the Tuz is full. And there's 33 liters left. Alright, now I guess we can see the use the Tuz for an example. Stop. Just stop fucking moving. Good God. There. It just jumps from one spot to the other. The throttle response is way too touchy. But I started to say using my modded Tuz 166, they call it a 1661. There's a roof rack you can put on it, and it has, you know, repair points and fuel. Shut this back off again, and hopefully still be able to change to the Voron and get the bricks up here. Although it's going to be tough with that little short crane in the front. It's barely going to reach the trailer. I need to fire this up and I don't know, move it around a little bit or something. Try and Maybe jackknife it a little bit to help me get some reach. Maybe I can reach the shit a little better this way. I'm not worried about reaching the brick. I'm worried about reaching far enough back to put it in the trailer. Once I start extending, it's going to start dropping too. I'm using raise and extend at the same time. And it looks like it's holding. How about that? Right on the money. Yeah, it's barely picking it up with the boom extended. All I need is for this one to be on top of that one. Good enough. Pack cargo. Restore crane. And 32 minutes in, we finally get to make some progress towards getting those jobs done. You know what I think I'll do? I think I'll call this an episode. I think I'll call this an episode right here. I'll just call it the mouse not working episode. I can't click on stop engine. There we go. Close functions. Just stop it right here and call this the rescue the load of bricks episode or something. And after I heed the call of nature and maybe get some little bit of dinner, I was thinking about just taking. I do this quite often, usually for just a snack, but maybe for expediency, I'll make dinner tonight. I take a few clubby crackers. Club. I need a drink. I can't talk. I'll take a few club crackers. Excuse me. I almost spilled that down my chin. Take a few club crackers and wipe just a little butter on them. And if I've got cheese, I'll put on a slice of cheese and then put a couple pepperonis over the top of that. Make little cheese, meat, and cracker sandwiches. They're yummy. Last time I used Colby Jack. I had some Colby Jack cheese. Oh, it's delicious. Yes, I'm going to go do that. Take a leak, have a little meat and cracker sandwiches, and because I don't have any cheese right now. And I just went to the store yesterday. Why didn't I buy some cheese? Well, maybe because I have dementia and I can't remember shit. But anyways, I will see you in the next one. We will go right into completing these jobs. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you then.